All right. Multi-step inequality. So it would be something like this. 2x minus 5 is greater than 11. And we're going to solve that. So what would we try? What are we trying to get by itself? X. So what's the first step? Add 5. Nothing is changing about how we get x by itself. The only thing that could possibly happen is we would divide or multiply by a negative. And what do we have to do if we divide or multiply by a negative? Flip the symbol. Okay, that's the only thing that could happen here that makes it any different than solving an equation. So what do I do here to solve that? Divide by the 2, right? And x is greater than 8. And then we can put that on a number line, right? Okay. I'm not going to waste our time practicing putting it on a number line. We've done it the last 2 days. If you can't do that by now, I don't think me going over it today is going to help you. Okay. So be able to put that on a number line. Good. That's fine. If you want to go ahead and do that on your notes, that's fine. Just remember open circle, filled in circle. It's really all you got to remember on that. Okay, so example B, we got 9 minus 2/5 x less than or equal to 11. So what's the first step on this one? Minus 9. That's the first step. Don't move the x until all the other numbers are fixed. So that's negative 2/5 x is less than or equal to 2. Then what do we do? Yeah, flip it and multiply. Porto, where you been? Cancels out. There's x. And that'd be negative 5. What symbol goes between those? Is it the same? Greater than. Flip it because we multiplied by a negative 5 over 2. So then be a filled in circle going toward the right with our shading on a number line. With that, nothing exciting about that. Bless you. All right. That 2 parentheses x plus 6 is greater than or equal to 24. A couple of different ways to work this one, but what's one way? Distributive property. I think that's the most common way that folks are going to work this. That'd be 2x plus 12 greater than or equal to 24. Now what? Subtract the 12 from both sides. There's 2x is greater than or equal to 12. Divide by 2. Greater than or equal to 6. And then filled in circle on the graph when you go to do that and going toward the right. Yeah, that's right. Good job. All right. Not too bad. What would the other way of solving that be? What's the at the when? At the very beginning. You could do that. You don't have to. I think this is the most common way most of us are going to work these. Is distribute and then solve. What if we had a negative 3 parentheses 2x minus 9 is less than negative 24. A little bit more going on with that one, but what's our first step? I could divide by negative 3 or I could distribute. I think the most common thing is going to be distributing. Dividing by negative 3 is kind of iffy because you've got to know for sure if this number over here is divisible by what's in front. Sometimes it will be, sometimes it won't be. So a distributive property is going to work either way. So that's the way I'm going to work it. And then subtract 27. It'd be negative 51. Is that right? And then divide by negative 6. Bless you. All right, so negative 6 and negative 51 flip the symbol and reduce that fraction, because 6 doesn't go into 51 evenly. So what does go into 51 and 6? 3. How many times 3 go into 6? 2 times. How many times does 3 go into 51? 17. Good job. 17 over 6. Put that on a number line if need be. Okay, so far, we only had a variable on one side of the inequality symbol the whole time. Multiple steps, but the variable is still only on one side. So the next one, let's put a variable on both sides. Let's say we had 6x minus 7 is greater than 2x plus 17. What do we need to do with this one? Get the x on the same side and then get it by itself, okay? And then get the numbers on the other side. So what would be a good first step for this one? Subtracting 2x would be good. And you're subtracting it from the like term. So the like term is the 6x. 6 minus 2 would be 4x. Minus 7 is greater than 17. And then what do we do next? Yeah, add 7 to the 17. That's going to give us 4x is greater than 24, right? And then divide by that 4. And at the end, x is greater than 6. You could have done it in a different order. Don't have to move the 2x first. If you'd move the 7 first and then move the 2x, that's fine. Either way, no matter what order you do it, that problem in, if you do it correctly and get the variable to the left side for the final answer, you're going to have, x is greater than 6 is the correct solution for that. Okay. I want to leave it a little bit more involved here. What's the first order of business for this one? Yeah, distributive property, that 5 to the x plus 5. I don't want to divide by 5 on both sides because this 17 just turns into a fraction if I divide it by 5. So that definitely wouldn't be what I would want to do. So that's going to give us 5x plus 25 is less than 5x plus 17. And then if I get the x's together, what happens? Yeah, the x's, they both cancel out, and I get 25 is less than 17. Is that true? 25 is not less than 17. That's false. So that means it's no solution. No solution on that one. Because this is false. The answer is not false. The answer is no solution. It's because this inequality is false. The only time that's going to happen is if the x's cancel out completely. That's not going to happen if you've got an x left.
Therefore, you have a graph.
No, nothing to graph on that one at all. Yeah, because there's no answers at all on that. No graph on example F. Okay. So that was a little bit different because our variables canceled out completely. Look at example G. Let's say we had 1 minus 8x is less than or equal to negative 4 parentheses 2x minus 1. So what would you do with that one first? Yeah, distributive property. You see that? We're going to do that first. That's negative 8x and then plus 4 on that side. And then I like moving the variable to the left, so I'm going to add 8x to both sides. Henson, take your earbuds out of your ears. I don't care. Take them out of your ears. Take the other one out. Put them away. Yeah, go ahead. All right, what happens to the x's here? They cancel out again, and we have 1 is less than or equal to 4. Is 1 less than or equal to 4? It's less than, not equal to. Doesn't matter as long as it fits one of those. It is less than that, so it's true. So this inequality is true. What's the opposite of no solution? Infinite number of solutions or all real numbers is what we'll say. All real numbers. That's another way of saying that. So I think that's the simpler way of saying that. Again, that's only going to happen if the variables cancel out. And the graph for that, we'll talk about the graph on this one. The graph for that is just the entire number line. Like, so no matter what number you pick, I mean, you pick 5, 6, 7, 4, 3. I'm just picking any number there. And the solution is the entire number line shaded, really. I wouldn't expect you to graph that, honestly. I'm not going to ask you to graph it on a quiz or anything. But understand that all real numbers just means the whole number line is covered. No solution, there's nothing on the number line. All real numbers is the entire number line shaded in, basically. And then the others are just like what we've done before. Okay. So there's a couple of special cases that come up in these multi-steps. That
one has to be true.
Right. It doesn't have to meet both qualifications. Yeah, it only has to meet one of those. It's either, if it's got the equal to mark, it only has to meet one of those qualifications. All right. All right. Here's your assignment for today. Page 314 or 372, 3 through 14, and then 17 through 28. Follow the instructions. If it says graph the solution, draw the graph, okay? On the number line graph, okay? Some of these, I think the first set it does say that, and the second set it maybe it doesn't. But follow the directions that are in your book on that as far as the graph goes. But solving those. You can get a start on that before lunch here, and then after lunch, this will be what you're doing. If you finish that, we'll do Khan Academy probably. Tomorrow will be kind of a review day.